Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending what time you are receiving this message. This is an urgent communique. This is an urgent communique. This is an urgent communique. There is an important message coming from the neighboring country, La Republique, and this message I am pleading with the Western society and also with the United States Congress and the U.S. Department of Defense, the U.S. President, and the entire cabinet of these great nations, the British government. This is very urgent. There is information coming to my newsroom that the 9-member cabinet that was picked up by La Republique du Cameroun with some complicity with the inner circle of the Nigerian government. I am not referring to the 47 members that the United States Congress has requested the neighboring country La Republique to be immediately released. I am speaking about the NERA arrest that were picked up. That the 9 cabinet, the interim president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonian, Mr. Ayuk Sisiku. They were blindfolded about 12 or 24 hours ago. They were blindfolded. They were placed documents that they were not able to read the content of the message, and they were being forced to sign. The content of the message in which they were being forcefully asked to sign while blindfolded has not been released. But the person sending this communique was aware of the content of the message or may not be aware of the content, but he's bringing to attention that we must do something about it. They are being forced, so we don't know where they are at the moment. We don't know whether they actually signed, but the person reporting that it was the first time he has seen the interim government president, Ayuk Sisiku, was in tears, and he don't know exactly why they were being blindfolded and asked to sign a document. So I am bringing this attention to our brothers in the diaspora. I am bringing the attentions to those at home. I am bringing this attention and all of us that this is a serious concern to us. We will not sit and fold our arms and see this happening to our interim president. We will not be sleeping. We will do whatever it takes. We have asked La Republique for immediately release our cabinet officials. Remember that when our leaders were negotiating during the period when they were in Enugu House of Assembly, they were never blindfolded. They were never arrested by the Nigerian government. They were never intimidated. And now we find ourselves in the area of intimidations. We were not coming together as a colonial territory. Or do we don't know what we want? But the fact that we choose to be together doesn't give La Republique an urgent massacre of our brothers and sisters, raping our children. Raping a girl was raped to death by the military of La Republique du Cameroun. So we are bringing this attention to the United States Congress. I am bringing this attention to the U.S. President. I am bringing this attention to the world community. If you got this message, I'm letting the world to understand this is what has just happened within the next 24 hours. So we don't know whether they are alive. We don't know what is going to happen. We don't know exactly why the documents were being forced and blindfolded and asked them to sign. The content is not. And we reaffirm our situation that In the meantime, their power has been seized. They cannot sign any negotiation with a neighboring country while in the point of duress. And so their power has officially been seized. And their power is now with the acting president. In other words, the interim government of Ayuk Sisiku, his power, while adopted, has immediately ceased. And any negotiation with the neighboring country, La Republique, is void and is not valid, because the current acting president will carry on any negotiations, and La Republique has no legal negotiation with someone under duress, and that is the non-binding to the people of Ambazonian. We are firmly and reassured that we will not in any circumstances be subject to persecution by the neighboring country. Our nation is now a sovereign nation. We will not in any circumstances jeopardize with what we stand for. And this is just a communique that I'm just giving. Remember, there is a follow-up of this message in the next 2 hours. I will be speaking live. This is just a short message which I just let the world know that Ayuk the Sisiku, the interim government president that was adopted in Nigeria, has been blindfolded and presented a document, an act to be signed. But the content was not reviewed, and we don't know exactly what it is. I want to take a moment to let you know and thank you. This is Funton Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas here in the United States, and I'm also following the situation. And I will alert you as the information become available or as things unfolded. Wish you a nice day.